was never gonna happen on the first night. It takes time. Yeah, you know the way the game is key. It feels nice. You only got but so long. Now show me what I've been missing. Yeah, I hear when you talk. I know I don't ever listen. You say you could take me so wide. You close my eyes when I wish. And it don't matter the time. It's only you I would pick. Say you could take me so wide. You close my eyes when I wish. And it don't matter the time.
What's up, everybody? I'm Sunnie. I'm a singer from Willingboro, New Jersey. I feel like I got my message across very well. Like how you say, throughout the day, each day, I feel like there, at least once throughout the week, you're gonna feel like one of those songs, you know what I mean, or multiple times. So I feel like I got my message across pretty well. I'm satisfied. I wrote Magic when I had my first show in New York last year, I believe, at the end of last year. We were stuck out there in the snow, and I ended up singing it without the music first. And I was like, I have to make a whole album. My whole next album has to be based off of this, because this feeling, it was like after I dropped my first project, I'm performing it, you know what I mean? So it just felt crazy, and I was like, all my songs have to do with a feeling. They all have a different feel to them. So I was like, it's no way to describe this besides like magical, you know what I mean? So I based off the whole album off of that feeling, and different versions of that feeling. So. Well, artist-wise, I'll say definitely Erica. It's certain people that perform a different kind of way. Like, you know, people love Beyonce, but I don't perform like Beyonce, you know what I mean? So I like Kanye because the way he plans everything out and stuff like that, his work ethic, I guess you could say, and the detail that he pays attention to in his songs. Like, I feel like if I didn't listen to him, or if I didn't like look up to him in a way, I probably wouldn't plan out everything the way I do. Amy Winehouse for the vibes, definitely. Like, she has that vibe no matter what sample I use or anything. She has a vibe that I try to put in every single song. And that's a couple of the artists. For everyday wise, I guess the people I work with are like my peers, you know. Everybody that I'm surrounded by is doing the same thing that I'm doing now. It's different from the transition of actually getting your music out there versus being, you know, it's actually working now. So you're surrounded by different people than you were before. But I feel like other people's musical influence plays a big part on mine. So, yeah. Okay, my other project is 2 a.m. Somewhere, and that project actually, 2 a.m. was written, I believe, 3 years before I dropped that project. So some of the songs on there, that was my first one. That's when you finally put out the songs that you've been waiting for. So I feel like they came from a different place, because you know how sometimes when they say, like The Weeknd, for example, you know, before he was noticed that well, his music sounded different. He had a different set of fans versus after he was on the radio, his music changed, you know what I mean? So hopefully I would like to, you know, dabble in a lot of different things, but I'm going to try not to change the drive that I had behind what I had in the first album. Like the way I wrote what I was talking about, stuff like that. I hope it just keeps the same substance, I guess you could say. But Magic comes from a more direct place. Like 2 a.m. was more scatterbrained, like how I feel in all different types of Magic was based off of what's happening now. Like, you know what I mean? So I guess that's the only difference, really. It's still the same process behind it. Yeah. Now, I hope I don't get lost. I'm gonna try not to get lost. If I just stay focused and not really, how can I say this? Get caught up, I guess is the simple way to say it. Get caught up in what's happening because of your music, you know what I mean? And still, I don't know how to say this to make it make sense the way I know, like, you know, but I don't know. I just feel like everything should still always come from a pure place. No matter what, I could have $1 million and I hope I'll still be just like this, like, you know what I mean? So if I have the mindset, I'm pretty sure it'll stay like that, and then it'll show in my next, you know, projects coming up and stuff. When I was 3, I went into my mom's room in the morning. We were going to go swimming or something, but I woke up at like 7:30, and I ran into her room and I was singing New York, New York by Frank Sinatra. And she's looking at me like, first of all, how do you know all the words to this song that I never played? Like, you know what I mean? So, and then she told me, and I remember saying it, she was like, yeah, you told me that you had the music in you. So I was like, I guess that's when or whatever. So, yeah, ever since then I started singing, and then I started performing when I was 10. It was nerve-wracking, but like once I was on the stage then, and I had my first show, and I think my first show I performed my own song. I started recording when I was really young, and that's when I knew. That's when I was like, oh, this is fun. Yeah, I mean, I don't really get nervous anymore. I get, you know, what do they call it? They say anxiety is like adrenaline. It's not really, it doesn't have to be stress, you know what I mean? So before I'll just get like a rush, but it's not necessarily that I'm nervous, but I'm just like, all right, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? But like at the same time, I don't know. Like, it's a weird feeling, but I always get that feeling, but I always want to go anyway. Like, so that, I don't get nervous to that point. And prior for me performing, I need to practice, but I need to do a little vocal exercise, stuff like that, and I need to relax right before, like maybe like 15 minutes before I'm on stage. I need to chill. Like I have to leave the room from the party, whatever. Like I can't just go on from the crowd. I have to like, yeah, I have to go where I was when I wrote the song. That's pretty much it, yeah. Well, my inspiration comes from my everyday life. Like, I could write a song about this right now, 2 weeks from now, and it'll, you know what I mean? It could be visually what I'm seeing, how I'm feeling at the moment, or it could just be what's going through my mind while everything is happening around me. So it kind of paints a picture in itself, you know what I mean? This one was about somebody, but that's the same feeling you get when you date anybody. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you must be, oh, you're the person I was waiting for. Like, you never know. So I'm just like, I'll make this song. This goes for anybody who feels this way about somebody else, or whether it happens again, or, you know what I mean? Yeah. So. Honestly, I didn't plan it. I'll say that. From all the people that I listened to, I kind of took a piece from all of them. I tried not to. Over time, my voice changed. So, of course, if I listened to Mariah Carey when I was little, which I did, and I sang a certain way when I was little, and you grow up and life happens and things happen and, you know, things change, your voice changes, then I might sound a little more like this person. Listen to a lot of their music, mix both of them together. How can I bring Mariah Carey with Amy Winehouse? You know what I mean? But I always try to make sure I make it my own. I have to learn based off of what I have. I usually use what I have to, you know what I mean? So I'm like, tomorrow I'll wake up with a squeaky voice. I'm like, I gotta, who has a squeaky voice? The Minnie, you know her name? How's it go? I forgot how it goes. The la 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 la. Her. If I wake up tomorrow with a voice like that, I'll listen to all her songs. I'll make something. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I just work with what I have to find my own sound. It's just the best way to describe what I'm talking about if it didn't have any words. Like if you hear a saxophone, I could hum that with words. I could sing it with words, or I could hum it and you feel the same way. So that's what I kind of try to do. Like, you don't even have to understand, you still get the message across. So, yeah. One that I hold dearly, let's see. There are some that I play a lot more than others. I mean, Settle. It's weird because I'm not singing in that song as much, you know what I mean, as much as I probably would have wanted to, but the way I got my message across was perfect for me. Like, I like that song the best because it's really what's going through my mind. But that could be in any situation because the song is about, you know how I switched up the Next Lifetime thing? It's about a guy that is in a relationship that has, you know, that wants to be with me, but we're already friends. What do you do? You know what I mean? So, you know, you already have a girl or whatever like that. I think, but just the thoughts like I'm unstoppable, you know, don't sweat the little things, you know what I mean? Like, you can still be friends with the person, you can still do this if you have this on your plate or whatever. So I think that's the most important because it really is a reminder to myself every time I listen to it. So yeah, definitely Settle. Yeah, I was gonna say it's a combination of both, kind of like, I know it's bad to compare sometimes, but I constantly compare. I think it's not as good of an idea to judge off of the comparison. You know what I mean? Like, this is different than this, but it doesn't mean anyone is better. It's just different. You know what I mean? So I could have a situation years ago before I would have even ever thought to write a song, and I could have had a situation yesterday. I would have been like, this is just like the other time, and now I can explain it better, or I can understand what's happening better. Now I can write it. You know what I mean? Or like Magic, that happened automatically, but I remember the feeling of Magic when I was younger, about to go to the pool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a certain, I could pull it from anywhere, but there are a lot of similarities. Just like some people say there's only a certain amount of types of people in the world. I feel like there's only a certain amount of types of feelings, but they just differ a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah. I like to eat, which means I like to cook. If I wasn't a singer, I always said that I would be in culinary. I love food. And I was a fashion student for 6 years, so I like to, I'm planning on starting to use my knowledge in that, but like I used to. That's another thing. What else? I like to draw. I could draw. If I could do the big murals, like I would one day, but that's something people probably don't know. What else? I don't know. I do weird things like go to the beach in the wintertime with a speaker, and I'll sit on the beach with my friends for like a half hour and drive all the way back home. Like, just for the inspiration. Just it's different, you know what I mean? So I like to do weird things. I don't know. I'm spontaneous, I guess you could say. Okay, there were a few. There were a couple off of YouTube. One of them is Dram Makes Beats. I think he changed his name, but it's B-R-A-N. French Summers made Mystery and Feel It. I got The Wave and Settle Sent to Me by Low Key. What else? This one was made by Visual Crime. Who else? What's the other?
I know a few of them, it does say it like before the song starts, but...
Yeah, sometimes. Magic was made by Jealous. He's actually from Philly, but he moved to LA. Joe Ellis, either or. Yeah, there was a few, but I plan to do a whole video on for them, like, because some of them, like French was on my last project too, so I want to actually sit down with everybody and do a video like that, so everybody knows. Yeah. Well, Mystery's already out. I want to put out Feel It next, and that's like the end of the summer, you know. And then I have Settle, which is more of a fall vibe, like the colors and so yeah, that's my order right now. I actually have a lot of YouTube covers coming out, like SZA, Aaliyah mashup that I did. That should be, I actually have the video. I have to drop this, so that should be out soon. And I plan to do a lot more. I might do like categories people could choose from. You want to hear slow songs, click on this, I'm singing them, like, you know. So I'll figure that out, but yeah. The Magic album, I plan to put 2 AM up on the same platforms. 2 AM is on, sorry my nose ran. 2 AM is on Bandcamp, iamsunnie.bandcamp.com, and that is $8. Magic is on everything else, iTunes, Google Music, everything. Deezer, Pandora soon, hopefully, so. Yeah, I plan to mix those two together too. If you would like to follow me on anything, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, what else?
Do you have a website?
I don't have a website, not yet, at least. And you can follow me at IIAMSUNNIE. I am Sunnie. Yeah, that's all for now. I have a couple things in the works. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for having me. Shout out to Phlex magazine, you know what I'm saying? It was nice.
To pain on